Are you willing to let go of your preferences? Are you willing to step out of the familiar? A lot of times we talk about wanting something new, wanting something fresh, wanting to level up, wanting a better life, wanting this and wanting that. But then we find ourselves doing the same thing over and over. We find ourselves doing what we've always done. And so I want to challenge you to step out of your comfort zone. I want to challenge you to do some stuff that really scares you. I found myself doing that, and I'm gonna tell you, it's not easy. Some of this stuff is easier to teach than it is to live. But if you're like me and you're at a place where you're like, I know that there is more and I am ready to access more, that means that you're going to have to give up your preferences at some point. That means you're going to have to become more disciplined. That means that you're going to have to adopt some of the habits that you've been resisting. You're going to have to become your own coach, right? It's important to have a coach, but you also got to be willing to coach yourself. You've also got to be willing to hold yourself accountable. You've also got to be willing to take responsibility for your results. With wherever you are right now, it's important that you recognize okay, I want to be here, but I'm here. So what is it that I need to change? What do I need to release? What do I need to start doing? What do I need to stop doing? What kind of people do I need to connect with or partner with? What is really keeping me from getting to where I know I'm supposed to be? And a lot of times it comes back to you. It comes back to, and this is something I've been teaching, it's really your mindset. Your mindset can hold you back. And your mindset is your mental attitude. It's where you set your mind. It's how you typically respond to a certain situation. So if you respond with despair instead of action and strategy, you're going to stay stuck. If you get an opportunity, but you pass it up because you're doubting yourself, that's a mindset. That's a habit. That's a belief that needs to be broken. And so you got to work on your mindset. You got to work on building your skill set. What skills are needed to get you from point A to point B? You got to be willing to work on your habits. And then you got to be willing to develop a strategy and execute the strategy. I can't tell you how many times I've invested in conferences and coaches and masterminds, and I'm doing all of this learning and I'm taking notes and I'm highlighting, and then I get home and don't do none of it. And I had to call myself out and I had to say, Jessica, you can't even say this didn't work because you didn't try it. You've been resistant to the change. You've been resistant. If they're saying you got to do the videos, do the videos. If they say you got to send the emails, send the emails. Or if you don't want to do it, then you need to change your goal. So whatever it is, don't play like you don't know. Don't play like you don't know what you're supposed to be doing. Don't play like you don't know where you're missing the mark. Are you oversleeping? Are you keeping your commitments? Are you doubting? Are you overthinking? Are you talking negative to yourself all the time? Are you constantly around negative people? What is it? What is it that you need to change? You've got to be honest with you. Self-honesty is going to help you to improve your life. It's going to help you to improve your circumstances, to improve your situation. As long as you are telling yourself the wrong story, you're not going to get from where you are to where you desire to be. If you're slacking, if you're being average, if you're being mediocre, if you are easily offended, if somebody offends you and it throws your day off and for that entire day you're not productive, then you need to deal with that. Yeah, you need to deal with that, because you're not going to hit your goals if you're allowing somebody else to take you off course, if you're allowing somebody else to distract you, if you're allowing somebody else to ruin your day, your week, your month. You got to let some stuff go. In order to get more, you've got to be willing to release those things that are not working. And back to where I started. Sometimes you got to be willing to release the familiar. Stop holding on to stuff because it makes you feel good. Stop holding on to stuff because it makes you feel comfortable, because you know it. That's not going to get you to the growth that you're looking for. That's not going to get you to the place that you're looking to get to. Like, you got to be willing to release that. You got to be willing to start over, afraid, nervous, but knowing and trusting that everything is going to work out for your good. Stop talking yourself out of it and talk yourself into it. Stop staying in these situations that you know are toxic because you don't want to be alone, because you're afraid to start over. No. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to have joy. You deserve to have peace. You deserve to be treated like a queen or a king. You deserve that. Don't settle. Don't settle. Don't stay in a situation because it's comfortable, because it's familiar. If you really, really want to see change, the change is going to start with you.